We're going to wrap up this half hour with Amit Cohen, Young Leadership of Beit Shan. How many of us have visited Beit Shan? How many of us know people up in the Beit Shan area? But believe it or not, people in Beit Shan, as they grow older, did not always want to stay in the Beit Shan area. And JNF and people like the Young Leadership of Beit Shan under the leadership of Amit Cohen are trying to change that. Amit, welcome to JM and the AM.
Welcome. It's my first time on radio, so
far you're doing very well, I must say. It's starting off very nicely. So explain the situation. People grow up in Beit Shan or the surrounding areas. Until now, they were not always anxious to stay there.
And you describe our major problem. Basically, I came here all the way from Beit Shan in order to explain and to emphasize you how our dream has become a reality, thanks to, first of all, to JNF and our mayor. And I mean that 1.5 years ago, our group, young adult group, it's in Hebrew, it's like Tzair Ba'ir, was established as a result of a meeting between our mayor and JNF representative. And they want to examine why there is a process of brain drain in Beit Shan, a process of talented young adults, residents that don't consider Beit Shan as a place to live in, as a place to raise the children and a family.
Right.
And I'm talking about most of the residents don't consider Beit Shan as a place. And we asked ourselves, after several meetings between our core group members, why? Why nobody sees Beit Shan as a place to live in? And we traveled all around Israel. We met young adult groups from Afula, from Tiberias, Dimona, Natzrat Elite, Yerucham. And we heard lectures from professors about the consequences of what we want to build in Beit Shan. And we realized, after we succeeded to formulate our vision to improve the quality of life in Beit Shan, that in order to improve the quality of life, we need to give a basket of services, a meaningful tools for the young adults in order to keep him in Beit Shan.
Right.
And our dream is to build a young adult center that will be a comprehensive platform for the needs of young adults aged 18 to 40. And our target population is actually when the young adult reach to the age of 18, is going to the army. Then he had 2 or 3 years, then he hesitated and decided what he's going to do with his life.
Right.
After it, he became a student, and after it, he became a young parent. And especially in Beit Shan, the average age of wedding is 24. So we need to take it in so we think that in order to keep this young adult in Beit Shan, we need to give them those meaningful tools. And what do I mean? What it includes? First of all, we want this center contain an enrichment center and learning center for students, like a place that they can prepare for the tests, a place that young adults can meet, sharing ideas, like a hub place that can create a networking. We don't have it in Beit Shan right now. Second thing that we want is social cinema club, because the nearest one located in Haifa, it's like 100.
That's the closest?
The normal nearest one, and it's 100 kilometers from Beit Shan. And you think about that, a family needs to take a day off from work to only to see a movie, and we don't want them to spend a lot of money on gas and tickets. We want them down the road here in our young adult center. And we had a lot of ideas of like a coffee shop, because in the long term we want to be economical independence and we don't want to rely just on donations. And social involvement, because we need to find a way to strengthen the connection with the community. And we did it in the last 1.5 years. Our big success is like half years ago. For the first time, we were able to produce an opening academic event for students. And we did it in restricted resources and minimum budget. And we think that it was a big success. More than 250 students came to this event. We explained to them about how meaningful this young adult can be for their lives. And we want to keep them in Beit Shan.
So they're interested, they just have to realize that there's some future there.
Yeah, and what is amazing about it, that we were exposed for data about Beit Shan for last year. And it's amazing because Beit Shan We were exposed for data about apartments, new purchased apartment in 2014, and
Right.
Bet Shean located the last in the list, and also in second-hand apartment. And what is absurd about that is Bet Shean is almost the cheapest place to buy an apartment. So why, if Bet Shean is almost the cheapest place to buy an apartment, why nobody is buying?
Of course, they should be.
And we realized that it's not all about the money. We need to give a meaningful tools to the young adults to enrich his social life. And we think that we have a rail station next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
And we have tax incentives for workers. And if also the cheapest place. And if we will give these young adults the meaningful tools, we think that we can make them stay in Bet Shean. We can make them think once again.
Amit Cohen, Young Leadership of Beit Shean. Maybe there's somebody listening today who wants to fund a project in Beit Shean. It sounds like you're very sincere in your effort and that you're making a lot of progress up there.
Yeah, and I want to say thanks to all our group. We are comprising 14 members. We are a volunteer group. All of us are residents of Bet Shean. And all of what we have done in the last 1.5 years is because we love Bet Shean, we care about our city, and we want to change this reality that we are facing right now.
Kol hakavod. Thank you so much. A pleasure meeting you today.
Thank you.
Amit Cohen here at JM in the AM.